Well, hey guys, welcome back to Adventures with Crystal. Today we're saying goodbye to my little 13-foot Scamp camper. I bought this camper less than a year ago, and it's really a fantastic little camper. Everything was great with it, except one thing. I found out that I cannot sleep with my standard poodle. Yeah, she takes up the whole bed. There was only one full-size bed in it, but Karma likes to spread out. She's about 55 to 60 pounds, and yeah, she wanted the whole bed to herself. So I decided, you know what, I need to get something that had two beds. So yeah, we're saying goodbye to the little Scamp today. There it goes down the street. Really a hard decision, but it was for the best. Went to a good home, the little Scamp. This little girl, she's young, she's gonna take that Scamp everywhere. I hope she has a great time with it and enjoys it. So, let me show you what I bought instead. This is my 2017 Casita Liberty camper. It's had one previous owner before me who took such great care of it. So this was the one I decided on. It has two beds in it, one for Karma, one for me, and it's a great camper. So the people before me had this and they made some modifications, and I decided I was going to turn it pink. Yes. The camper inside looks like my other camper a little bit, but with a few different things. All right, let's go take a look inside the Casita. The Casita has two steps right here. Very nice steps. If you pull this one up, it folds over that one, and then it folds again and slides under the trailer. It's a double step. I love the double step. It's great for getting in and out of. You look at the door is super sweet. It's got a screen door built right in. All right, and then it's got this little pass-through that you can put things through and not open the whole door. Keeps bugs from getting in. Okay, so the way this screen door unlocks is there is a little lever right there. Push that little lever, and there you have the screen door. I am gonna love that. You want fresh air, it's cool at night. You got this super sweet screen door. Are you ready? We're gonna go in for the pink Casita tour. I started out by putting these pink rugs in. Pretty cute, nice and pink, right? So let's step inside. I got some pink dishcloths right here. Perfect place on top of the stove for my little air fryer and my coffee pot. Underneath this is a 2-burner stove, which is really cool. All right, let's take a look here. Yes, it's pink. It's very feminine. It's good for having two girls in here, me and my female dog, Karma. Okay, let me show you what I've kind of done to decorate this in pink. There's like 3 different table options. I'm just going with this one right here, the smaller table down at the end. And then I've got a light over here in the corner. Let me turn that on for you. So I added a lot of macrame to this. I used macrame hangings for the curtains on each side. So I got one here, one there, another 2 at the back window, and 2 over here. And then I hung dream catchers between the windows, just to add that special touch to it. My daughter found these at Hobby Lobby and bought 2 of them for me. They go right with the camper. So I've got this macrame light back here. It's really pretty. I had that in my other camper also. And then I added a macrame pillow to this. Actually 2. I got 1 on each side. As you can see, I have 2 oversized twin beds, which is really sweet. You can tell this side is Karma's because she's got her own pillow over here with her face on it. Yeah, isn't that pretty? Karma's such a good girl. Except she likes to sleep on top of me. Well, now she's sleeping in her own bed. I also found 2 pink bedspreads on Amazon. They fit very well, and I've got sheets on underneath this. Found some pillows. When you can't find the sunshine, be the sunshine. Back in the back is a custom install. This is wood, and there's like pockets you can put things in back there. It's really nice. The previous owner had this done and did a sweet job on this. That custom installed shelf, I've got a Kleenex box. Found that also. That's macrame. Pretty cool. And then I've got John and his mom. Everybody is like, who is John and his mom? I found these on Facebook Marketplace, and John was selling them. They were his mom. She'd passed away, so he was like downsizing some stuff. So when I got home, I'm like, yeah, those are John and his mom. I think they're cute. And then over here, I got this really weird mug. I found that, and I thought, that's kind of cool. Don't know if I'll ever drink out of it, but it makes a good conversation piece. The TV set was installed already by the previous owners. It's really nice. He had a different antenna wired up that gets more stations. So I'm really, really excited about that. I'll show you the antenna outside in just a few minutes. He also has a shelf that I haven't put up yet. It goes under the TV, more room. Even though this camper is only really 4 feet longer, the different setup, the configuration of the beds makes it totally more friendly, more usable for me. 2 twin beds is awesome. Karma goes there, I go here at night. We both sleep peacefully. The configuration of this camper gives me so much more space than the other one I had. I have extra room that I don't even know where to put things, so I'm sure I will eventually fill them up. So let me show you exactly what I have. Back here is a nice shelf. Lots of things can go up here. I found 2 baskets that fit up there, and I don't have anything in them yet. Yes. On each side over the beds are 2 of these. These fold down, so you can put things up in here. And really, I don't have anything in there yet except those extra poles for more tables that you can put in. The previous owner installed this. This is pretty cool. This shows how much battery amp I have. And there's a couple of outlets there too. So that's pretty cool. So over on this side is where I'm going to plug in all my camera stuff, you know, because I got a lot of cameras to plug in. The TV remote control is over there, and the fan. This has an automatic fan. And so right here is the max fan, and instead of having to crank it up by hand, it comes with a remote. Let me show you this. Okay, so here is the remote, and let's turn it on and watch it do its thing. It automatically opens, and there it goes. Pretty nice. Take the remote again, turn it off, shuts off and shuts itself. Huh, isn't that crazy, guys? I love that. There's also a refrigerator in here and a freezer. This thing is twice as big as the one I had in the Scamp. You just open that up. There it is. Look how much room I have in this, and there's even a freezer right here. Nice, huh? Everything is as clean as a whistle. Right above the refrigerator is a cabinet. There's actually 2 cabinets. When you open this one, this is where I've got my microwave hidden. I've got extra room in there too. I'll probably have some pots and pans in there, or maybe paper plates over here to the side to keep handy for when I use this. You know, I use my microwave a lot when I'm camping. And up here is storage. Yep, I've got all my emergency stuff or any kind of injuries up there, and I've got my makeup in there. Everything's all nice and separated. The previous owners also installed these little shelves. These are sweet. There's one on each side of the bed. So, and they are sweet. I can lay things up there at night, whatever I need. We've got a nice little sink over here. Got a little furnace down here. Just got to flip a switch to turn that on. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at the bathroom. Let's go inside this and I'll show you how great this is. If we go look at the bathroom, right here on the door, I installed a mirror. This is the nicest mirror for putting makeup on or whatever you need. So this pulls out from the wall, like so. It's got 2 different sides and lights. You can see it turns on, and you get different options for lights. Yeah, pretty sweet, huh? Every once in a while, you just have to use a USB to recharge it. So that is on the door. That will pull out and be handy. Oh, in addition to the mirror, also, there's a towel rack on the door. Put my pink towels on there. Nice, huh? In the bathroom, I also added some hummingbird and butterfly decals just to jazz it up a little bit. Down here, you have a storage shelf that opens up. And you can store anything you want. You can put the chemicals for a toilet down there. You can add other toiletries down there, whatever you want to keep things dry. One thing I didn't know it had was this other little door here. Look at that. That's my toilet paper keeper. Yep. That'll keep the toilet paper nice and dry when I take a shower. I also added this little toilet brush right here. It's pretty cute. It just comes right out. Just rubber thing, very nice and thin. Snugs up against the wall with adhesive. Yep. And this is my little trash can. Trailer trash. Kind of cute. Up here is the exhaust fan. This pushes up like so. I guess you hit this button. And that sucks all the humidity out of the bathroom. Nice. Just gotta make sure you close that. Once the fan stops running, close it up in case it rains. This is your shower. So you just spray yourself off as fast as you can, right? You get in, wet yourself, turn the water off to save water, soak yourself really good with the body shampoo stuff, clean yourself, then turn the water back on and take your shower. Get it all off of you. Yep. Be leery of how much water you have in the tanks. So another thing that I installed new to the camper is these little lights up here that go all along the ceiling, and they kind of turn on and go off really slowly. There's different modes you can have. You just hit this little button on the cord. Yeah, there's the crazy flicker one. You know, so it has different modes that you can do, and this is the crazy seizure-inducing flicker mode, okay? Don't leave this one on at all. Change it over and go back to the nice soft one. The nice soft light. It just gives you some ambience at night, I think. I hope you can see it during the day. It's really pretty though. Now that we've seen the inside of the camper, let's take a look on what's on the outside of the Casita Liberty. For one thing that's new on this camper to me is the awning. It has a very nice awning. It's large and it comes out so easily. So that will be new. That's a wonderful thing that I have on here. All right, down here you have storage on the outside. It's not a great deal of storage, but at least I have some. And so what I've got in here right now is the crank bar. I've got a side thing for the canopy, like a wind thing or sun thing. I got some my dog tie outs. In the back on the old Scamp, you just had a little nozzle, a little thing you twisted and to put the water in. Here, this one actually has a little door and it's concealed. It's pretty cool. That's where the water goes. Don't put the water in until you get to the campground. Back here, the previous owner also had this attached to this. So I can haul my bicycle. Pretty cool. Just slid right in. There's my bicycle rack so I can take an electric bike with me. This really excites me because it makes me get more channels on my TV. The previous owner, Wally, he also installed this antenna to the camper. All you got to do is screw it up, plug it in, and it goes. And you get more stations. And there you have it. I also have the Starlink satellite that I can use anytime I want in the camper. All I got to do is find a nice clear area. It reaches pretty far, and then I get all kinds of stuff. I get YouTube. Yay, YouTube channels, right? So in this little cabinet right here, that's where they keep the battery. Nice and hidden, easy access. Okay. There is a box on the front right here, and that's where you keep your hoses for the black water and the gray water. Right here, this is the holder for 2 propane tanks. Super sweet. I'll be putting on my electric jack, I think. But for right now, I'm leaving this one on. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll be out camping soon, probably within the next week or 2, and Carmen and I are gonna have a great time, and we're both gonna sleep really good because we have our own beds. All right, till then, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.